They'll be calling you a radical. Kevin Blanch, this will be an important video I do, really important. The CDC themselves has come out and called the cancer epidemic a pandemic, a worldwide pandemic. The horror puppet pieces of shit, the greatest media Uncle Tom, black and yellow journalist in human history, CNN, credibility not needed. These evil puppet masters have put out an article today saying, oh, it's all preventable. Oh yeah, it was preventable. By taking apart the people like CNN had put in Sanjay Gupta in a courtroom on the stand, which none of you lawyers have got the balls. I've called for this from day one. None of you lawyers got the balls. People say, oh, Kevin, you dropped your finance career. You dropped your freaking plastering career. You dropped everything. You went nuts on Fukushima. I get all these same people who freaking unsubscribe to you says, oh my God, you got Fukushima crazy. And I'd say, oh no, because nothing else matters. 7 months after Fukushima happened is the day Fukushima happened. I went crazy that day, every day, telling this in incredible, accurate detail, in a Cassandra-like fashion. I got AML leukemia, de novo, cancer. The pandemic hit me. It's going to hit you. It's going to hit your loved ones. And I love every one of you need to look in the mirror. Every one of you need to look in the mirror and say, hey, over the last 30 years, what have I done? What have I done? With my vote, with my voice, with my money, with my dogma, with my style, with my soul and my spiritual being. What have you done? I've stood on an island, called myself an environmentalist. People attack me like wolves. Oh God, you environmentalist pussies. Yeah, call me a pussy. You know, I got a gun pulled on me in Tennessee, by the way, by a radio talk show. This is tried to intimidate me. I'll tell you just like I told him. Motherfucker, you pull a gun on me. That'd be the worst mistake you ever made. Punks. What have any of you done? Oh, I voted for the Green Party. Oh, really? Ralph Nader? I was in D.C. with Ralph Nader's group. You want to talk about the biggest frauds? Jill Stein? Really? The only thing green about them is their money. You're willing to saw off half your life. You're willing to kill yourself in the prime of your life, your children, your loved ones, for your own dogma. You'll go right to your grave with your own dogma. I just had this conversation. This guy I just talked to, his wife just lost her baby in the last trimester. And I said, this is happening all too often. We had a conversation about environment. He says, oh, you environmentalists. Yeah, us fucking environmentalists. Yeah, you stupid dogma fucks. You dogma fucking ignorant. Guns, gold, God. Guns, gold, God. Guns, gold, God. You could solve it all. Oh, fuck. It's pathetic. This is a big, big story. I'm going to tag something right here. This is the Lakota. On number 14. I believe it was in New York City. The White Buffalo. In regard to Fukushima. I hope they do another one. I plan on attending if they do. As you've heard me talk about the wolf spirit, I'll quote Russell Means. And we'll talk more about this on my radio show tomorrow in hard detail. The cancer pandemic. And these cancers are not your father's cancers. The young woman from Seattle, a year after Fukushima happened, an oncologist, 38 years old, come out and says, I'm seeing breast cancer harder, more aggressive than ever. It's mowing down young people. As I call the post-ignorance generation, the cancer generation, us the generation. Are they doing it to us on purpose? Well, it doesn't matter. It's happening and you're allowing it to happen because you don't fight for the environment. You support the Koch brothers. You support these rape artists. As I like it, Sovereign Wealth Fund? We don't have a sovereign. You don't even know what a sovereign wealth fund is. Places like Switzerland, like Norway, it belongs to the people. Our natural resources in the United States do not belong to you and I. They belong to the Queen and the Queen's puppet masters, BP. I like when we invade, oh, we'll get their oil. We will get their oil? What, you on the board of directors of British Petroleum? You on the board of directors of Shell Oil? You freaking Dick Cheney's freaking daughter? And you support Foxconn. We're going to talk a lot about Foxconn on the radio show tomorrow. Foxconn is what I believe, and I really believe they funded the Mormon Church. I believe they funded the evangelicals. I believe spiritual leaders took money via CIA. And you could say I'm over the top and crazy with this. The military was getting smaller and smaller in the 90s. I believe the CIA did a covert operation with Fox News named Foxconn to promote, beat the drums of mass murdering military industrialist complex, and I think they paid the Mormon Church. I think they paid The evangelical leaders, Jesus died so I could be rich. Jesus died so we could mass murder you and extract your natural resources. I believe they did it. I really do believe it. And I think, you'll think, oh, he's crazy. Just like you said, I was all crazy about Fukushima. Yeah, I'm fucking crazy. But I survived leukemia so far. So far. AML de novo. And you think, these are not your father's cancers. These are aggressive. My friend just died last Friday. Got sick 3 months ago. Leukemia. And I'm here to tell you, when you go into a unit and you're diagnosed with AML, or you're diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, or you're diagnosed with brain cancer, or you're diagnosed with lung cancer, radon, radiation again, or you're diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. You fill out a packet about that big from the CDC. I filled it out, and it's all about, they know in factual, they'll tell you right to your face. We know factual detail, the causation. We know. We want to know where you got it, where you were exposed. They know it's exposure to the environment. They know for a fact it's exposure to radiation, exposure to chemicals like benzene. They know factual detail. They know in detail that's what causes it. We're all exposed now. As far as food, fish, whatever, here's why I say on tuna. Yeah, you can't avoid it. It's in the air. It's just like the Lakota. It's just like the Cherokee. It's just like Russell Means said, it's in the DNA. It is the fiber. It is the core. It is the atom. It is the being of the cell in every living thing. Yeah, it's everywhere, but here's where you make the mistake in California. Here's the huge mistake. You're no more exposed on the coast of California than you are in Tennessee, or New York, or Texas, or Scotland, or the Queen in Buckingham Palace. But here's the difference. It's pockets. We know that it's pockets. There was a fish caught off the coast of Fukushima, Japan, a year and a half ago, 16,000 times the so-called background safe limits, which that is a whole scam by itself. You eat that fish, I'm here to guarantee you, you're going to die. So you don't know. Yeah, they could test the waters. It's going to tell you nothing. It's going to tell you nothing. This test right here might be nothing. Right here might be 100,000 times. The Pacific Ocean is not a bathtub. And the Pacific genocide is very real. All these deaths of these creatures, and you just want to blow it out. 3 full core meltdowns going in Fukushima, Japan, and you think there's no byproduct and consequences, and you act like it just happened. It was an event in the past, just like in Utah they teach in downwind in the past tense thesis. How the fuck do you fucking talk about it in past tense when it's ongoing? It's in present tense. It's in the future tense for at least 24,500 years. And what's going to happen with those 3 full meltdowns? No one knows. No one. We're going to find out. The cancer pandemic is on. So all you people that we said, cancers are going to spike post Fukushima. They're going to go crazy and they're saying, oh, show me your data. Here's the fucking data. Right in your stupid, dogmatic, fucking dumb, fucking ignorant faces. Fuck the environment. Yeah, for fucking to make these fuckers extract your natural resources that don't belong to you. Yeah, you keep promoting the fuckers are killing you, Uncle Tom fucks. Every one of you are nothing but an Uncle Tom fuck. And it's your duty as a fucking human to not be an Uncle Tom, especially as a parent. Gold's gun God, Gold's gun God. You don't know anything about any of them. Nothing. Stay untuned.